Hey, welcome to our team training. For those of you watching back on replay, my name is Lisa Allwood and I'm the Superstar Director of #Team Scent Squad. And this is our training on taking it back to basics. So literally taking it back to basics. And I'm just introducing myself because this will go on YouTube. So I hope everybody's well. I'm just going to wait and see if we've got a few more people hopping on because I was bang on time. Just going to grab one or two things. Okay. Hi. Feel free to tag your teams. Remind them that we're live. And we're live in here tonight because the focus is for you guys. And my directors are all going to be doing a similar training. So hopefully they're going to watch as well so that they can get some tips and then they're going to be delivering this to their teamies. So feel free to tag your teamies. Evening. Hi. I hope everybody's good. I'm quite excited to do this training because I'm just going to invite a few people. So if you're getting the invite again and you're already on here, I do apologise. The point of this training is to literally strip it back to basics. Now, this training is not just for brand new consultants. This training is for everybody, and it is going to be relevant to every single person that's in this group right now because, and I'm going to explain why in a moment. So, I hope we're all good. So I'll stop faffing. Okay, so what's the point of doing a back to basics training? What's the point? So some of you are brand new and hey Aisha, hey. Some of you are brand new and you have not been with us very long, and some of you are more seasoned consultants and you've been with us a little bit longer. And I want to do a back to basics training because this is how I work my business. I work my business like this every 70 days. So every 70 days, this is basically how I run my business. Hey, and I want to strip it back to basics and go over that with you guys because one, it's going to help anybody that's new. This is going to be like something that could literally kickstart your business. For those of you that are maybe more seasoned and you're maybe more of a hobbyist, you put in smaller orders, but actually you would really like to kickstart your business and get it moving quicker. This is going to be perfect for you. For those of you maybe that are struggling to work your business, that you're not getting the orders that you want, maybe you're not getting, the teamies, maybe, all the things are just not falling into place. This is going to be the training that is really going to help you, that is really going to, so some of it's going to be stuff that you're going to go, I know this, like, why is she live telling us this again? But there's reason behind it because this is how I work my business. So that's what we're going to talk about. Now, I work my business as if I am going for sensational start, 1, 2, and 3, and shooting star every single month. So every month I aim for my shooting star as a consultant. So this month I hit my shooting star. If I was going to be getting an award and a certificate and a charm for hitting 500 PRV within 15 days, or it's 20 days at the moment, it's already the 8th of the month and I'm on 568 PRV and I've got another 200, 300 pounds worth of order to put in when I'm finished with you guys tonight. So for me, I've hit that goal. I already challenged myself to do that 500 PRV within the first 15 days of my business every single month. Now, there's a reason for that. Number one is because when anybody new joins my team, I'm asking you, I'm asking you to do the same thing. I'm asking new teamies to go for 500 PRV within their first 15 days. Now, if I was a leader and I was a director or a superstar director and I wasn't getting my 500 until the 31st of the month, it wouldn't be fair to ask my new teamies, it wouldn't be fair to me to ask you guys, and it wouldn't be fair for me to put it out to you guys saying you need to get your 500 when I don't get my 500. So, really, really important that all of you treat your business that same way. All of you that are watching this right now that want to push their business and kickstart their business, you should be aiming for shooting star every single month. And how I work that is really simple. I go, right, we've got 15 days or 20 days to hit shooting star. Hold on, where's my calculator? Because I'm on my phone. So I worked it out earlier. So let's go with 15 days because that's normally my challenge. I want to do 500 PRV and I've got 15 days to do it. So therefore, that can't be, hold on, is that right? 500 divided by 15 is going to give me 33.3 PRV every single day. That's my first thing. On the first of every month, I say to myself, I need to do a minimum of 33 PRV every single day for the month. And that is one of my very first basics. It's that simple. I go for my 500, I front load at the beginning of every single month, and I work my business before I work with my team. I get my 500 before I even send a teamy message, answer a teamy question that's regarding their business. I work and I get my 500. That's my first task. Some of you guys, it might be getting active. Some of you guys, you need to be going for that 500. So there might be some truth bombs on here tonight. I do apologise. So that's the first thing, okay? I then aim for my sensational start level 1, 2, 3 every single month. And I literally set myself a 70-day window to do that. If you work your business that way, regardless of your title, whether you're a star consultant, whether you're a director, whether you're a superstar director, and you aim to do all the things that you need to do to hit sensational start level 1, 2, and 3 in 70 days, and you continuously make that motion happen, you continuously do that 70 days, you will be a rock star within your business. Why? Because the sensational start teaches you to get 500 PRV minimum in 3 months. The sensational start also teaches you to recruit. So Tracy, it's never too late, and I don't even want to hear negativity about that, because it's never too late, because I'm talking about now. So at the beginning of my month, I say, right, it's the 1st of September. I've got 70 days, which takes me to like the 20th of October to hit my sensational start. I don't care about the fact that I'm not getting the badges, I'm not getting the certificates, but what I am getting is, and this is what you've got to get your head around, forget all the rewards that come with those things. If you implement 70 days into your business, so every 70 days you start from scratch and you start aiming for your sensational start all over again without getting all the little rewards, every single 70 days, what you're going to get is you're going to get a healthy business. You're going to get recruits. You're going to get parties. You're going to get bookings. You're going to get PRV. And you're going to get enough PRV to possibly be able to promote, to possibly be able enough GWV, because hopefully you've recruited and you're teaching them to go for their shooting star and them to go for their sensational start. And you get a healthy business. So every 70 days, I set myself a target to go for my sensational start. If you've never done that before, start from today. Decide, right, I've got 70 days. Let's see if I can do it. Some of you are brand new and you're still in your sensational start period. If you don't know when that is, make sure you talk to your sponsor about what your dates are. Okay, so we need to view our business that we're all essential consultants. Yes, I'm an essential consultant that just has a title called Superstar Director. I do nothing different to you. I need to get my 500 PRV. I need to recruit. And I need to do those things. I need to have parties. I need to get my borrow bag out. I need to get my samples out. And if I don't do those things, I'm not going to hit my own targets of Superstar Director. And I most certainly am not going to be able to have anything to share with my team because I'm not doing those things. So think of yourself as an essential consultant that you've just got a new title, and we work our business exactly the same way, every single one of us. Now, there's 2 Bibles that are going to be so important to your business. And if you haven't got these, go and print yourself one off because they're both on the workstation. So these are my 2 Bibles that I use, that I run my business with. They are on my desk. I keep them in my little thing that's here, so I can refer to them at any point if someone asks me a question. And if I want to remind myself and I want ideas, I refer to these. So this is your consultant guide. You will get one of these in your kit. And if you haven't got one for whatever reason, you can literally type into the Workstation consultant guide. You can literally download pages to send to your team, or you can print pages off that are relevant to you as an individual. So this goes through the Scentsy mission. It talks about the core values: simplicity, authenticity, and generosity. That's the Scentsy core values, and that's what you guys need to be working your business by. There are a lot of other MLM companies out there that don't work in the same way as Scentsy do. We are really fortunate that the way that our compensation plan is structured, it means that it doesn't matter what title you are, you still have to work. You still have to get your 500. You still have to recruit. You still have to be building. And it doesn't matter what title you are. Scentsy have made it in such a way that we have to work. Whereas there are some market MLM companies out there that you can get to the top and then you can sit back and pretty much do nothing. Okay, we're not like that. Scentsy make it a little bit harder for us because I think this is brilliant because it means that we're constantly working for our money. Our business is constantly evolving. So here we go. Simplicity, authenticity and generosity. You need to be aware of those. That's our key values. Keep it simple. Okay. It goes on to talk about you setting your goals. You need to have a goal. Hey, Laura, every single month you need a goal. Okay. You need to be challenging yourself. And that should be linked to PRV. It should be linking to the amount of people you've recruited. Now, some of you are probably thinking, I know all this stuff. I want you to think about relaunching your business and reminding yourself of these things. So you're either going to be starting your business right now with me and you're learning all of this information, or you're about to relaunch your business. If you need this kickstart to relaunch your business, this is what this Back to Basics training is going to be all about. So set yourself a goal every single month. We're 8 days in, but it doesn't matter. You can still set yourself a goal for this month. I set myself a goal in my Scentsy planner every single month. I fill in this bit. And these planners, I did speak to my concierge today, and these planners are going to hopefully be available to order by the end of this year. So within the next month or two, if not sooner, because I asked her. So I set myself a goal, like PRV goal, how many people I'd like to join my team. I also set myself a goal of how many parties or bookings I would like and how many of my frontline I would like active. I'll talk you through all of that in a minute, but that you don't need to know that. I also use this because I track my numbers. So I track, and I have these as individual trackers, if you would like one. I track my PRV, I track my team's PRV, I track how many teamies we've got. I literally track it all because I like to. I've missed out day 6 and day 7, so I'll do that today. This then talks about how to get all of your different awards. So Sensational Start 1, 2, and 3. This is how you're going to start to work your business. So if you're not already doing it, you're going to start to work 70 days at a time. What that also does is it chunks your business into 70-day chunks. It allows you to focus just on 70 days. You're not focusing on the year. You're not focusing on, long-term goals. You're literally focusing on small chunks. And that is going to be, this is where your focus is going to come in. So that tells you about how to hit your sensational start. So for example, within 70 days, you want to be minimum aiming for 1,500 PRV, okay, a minimum. So if 70 days, we're talking that's what, 6 weeks. So you're looking at, hold on, maths is not my strong point, you guys know that. 1,500 divided by 6, you're looking at 250 PRV a week. That's like an active order once a week that you're putting in, that you're saving yourself on shipping because it's over active. And by the end of that 6 weeks, you are going to be hitting your sensational start level 1 minimum. How amazing is that? So that's that, okay? If you do all of these things and you aim for your sensational start level 1, is it 10 weeks, Vic? Yeah, you're right, actually, isn't it? So 1,500 divided, it's actually less than that, divided by 10. Why have I got 6 in my head? Is 150 PRV, so it's even less. So that's going to increase your commission. That's going to increase the way your business is. If you're going for all these things, it's actually going to help you smash your goals better because you're setting yourself goals. So this also talks about awards and recognition. So if you ever get any awards through the post, you can see what they're for. The amazing Shining Star Award, which is what our amazing Laura Sorkin's got. Always going to be striving to get that. It tells you a little bit about the compensation plan. I don't refer to those things all the time, but what I do refer to is this page onwards. So, your workstation, okay? Being familiar with your workstation, really, really important. So that's this booklet. I'm going to talk to you a bit more about this. Just got to that point. The other Bible that I have is this one. This is your product training guide. Now, I buy one of these every single season, new season, not because I'm a hoarder and I like to keep them. I've got catalogues. But because in here, it tells you information about all the different products that we do. So if you've never downloaded this, go and download it. You're just going to put into the workstation product training guide. Literally, it's that simple. You can download it. It tells you about what our licensed product is, how much money goes to charity, for example, because that changes regularly. It also talks about our warmers. It's going to help you. This information should help you build your posts on social media. This is the information that you need to know. So for example, on warmers, it gives you sales tips. So it says, encourage your customers to order a replacement light bulb for every warmer that they're purchasing. Who does that? Who upsells with a new light bulb on every single order? I bet there's loads of you that don't. So this is going to be really, really important. That's a really good follow-up point. If you have never done that, you need one of these product training guides because it gives you tips for all the different things. Selling wax. It gives you tips for how much wax to put in your warmers. Sales tips. Look, encourage your customers to add their favourite Scentsy bar to their Scentsy club. Make your own Scentsy bar samples by, we're going to talk about samples in a bit. But basically, this is really good. It tells you all about all the different products. I love it for things like this, Scentsy Go. This is like your training hub. It tells you how to use a Scentsy Go, how much run time you're going to get it on it, how much smell you're going to get it on it. So it literally has sales tips. What are the benefits? It tells you, people say to me all the time, how long do Scentsy pods last? And I'm like, it's in your training guide. It's in your product training guide. Look, up to 120 hours, approximately 2 weeks if they're left on all the time. So all the information you need on every single product is in here. So if you've never used this, go and download it. Really, really important. They are my Bibles. They are literally to hand every single day. So the simplicity of this business is about join, host, buy. I'm saying it the wrong way around because that's the way I believe it should be. And I talked about this on a live recently. Every conversation that you have with someone should start with asking them if they want to join the business. If they say no, it's much easier to downsell, for example, product, as in warmers or wax, things like that, than it is to upsell the host join opportunity. Because if somebody says to you, I'm not really interested in a warmer, how do you then turn that person into a party? How do you then turn that person into a Scentsy teamie? So if every conversation you start, ask them to join your team and they say, I don't think I'd be very good at it. The next conversation could be, look, okay, fair enough. Look, you're not really that happy about joining team. Let's look at maybe having a party, getting you some freebies. That's your leverage to get your parties booked. Make sure you get your conversations the right way around. It's really, really important. So if you ever meet anyone new, you ask them to join your team first. When they say no, not a problem, but let's get you some really nice smelly stuff. Let's make your house smell amazing. Really, really important. So the next thing, okay, the next little point about kickstarting your business again is once you've got your Bibles, once you've got all your tools, I'm going to talk to you about the Workstation in a minute. Make sure you're familiarised with your Workstation, like where you can find out what PRV you're on, how you can find out what PRV your teamies are on if you decide to recruit a teamie, how you can see whether you're hitting your shooting star, sensational start. You need to know all of that. I'm not going to talk you through all of that, but you need to be familiarised with the Workstation. You can't break it. So make yourself familiarised with it. Make sure you know how to order. Make sure you know where to find information. Some of you probably have never checked the Workstation news tab. The news tab needs to become like your best friend. You should be checking that every single day because it will give you updates on things that are new, things that are changing within Scentsy all the time, okay? If you are not feeling inspired, check your news tab first before you go and do anything else, okay? Check your news tab first. I realise I've got like dry shampoo in my hair. So the next thing you're going to do to kickstart and get your business back to basics or start your business is you need to think about why you're doing this. Now, everybody's why is slightly different. And we are going to do a task on this. I'm going to be doing a task on this tomorrow within the Scent Squad. You need to know what your why is. Now, you've probably heard this term thrown around. By what your why is, I mean, why are you getting up every day to do Scentsy? Why is it that you're selling Scentsy? Are you selling Scentsy because you want more free wax? Are you selling Scentsy because you need a distraction in your life? Are you selling Scentsy because you love the product, so therefore it just made sense for you to be a consultant? Are you selling Scentsy because you've got some really crap things going on in your life right now and actually you need that distraction? Do you want more money to take your kids to Disneyland? Do you want more money to, I don't know, whatever your why is, everybody's why is going to be different, okay? But there needs to be a root within your why. I started this business with a really deep why. My why started for two different reasons. Number one, my dad was really poorly, and I'm going to go live and talk about this in the squad tomorrow. Number one, my dad was really poorly. He had terminal cancer, and he was at the point where it was like palliative care. He was in hospital. He'd had his third stroke from his chemo that he was having, and he was really, really poorly when I decided to sign up. It was over Christmas, and I remember looking at him and thinking, God, is this really all that life is? Is this what life is? Like, you literally work every day like my dad has. He loved his job. He was a salesman, loved his job. And I was a bit like, had a bit of an epiphany. I also had Artie. He was only 6 months at the time, maybe a little bit older. And I didn't want to go back to work full time. And I knew that. I was like, I do not want to go back to work full time. And Mike had said to me, find a job, find something that you can do that pays you £1,000 a month and you can give up work, because that will cover our mortgage. And our mortgage at the time was like 970 quid, or just over £1,000 our mortgage was. And I was like, right, you've set me a challenge. So I decided to sign up to Scentsy because I loved candles. I ran into Laura. She told me she did this thing that was like amazing. I was following her for a little bit, and then I literally signed up. My why goes a little bit deeper than that, but it changes all the time. So every time it changes, it's changed because I didn't want to work and I didn't want to go to work. It's changed because lots of reasons it's changed. But you need to have a why that's deep enough that's going to make you get up and sell Scentsy. If you're just doing it because, that's not good enough. You need to actually dig deep and decide, right, why am I doing this? What's my reason for wanting to sell this? Write it down. I want you to get it written down somewhere, because the reason why you need to have it written down is because suddenly it becomes really real, and suddenly that reason of why you're doing this, okay, I keep saying why, but that reason of why you're doing it and having it written down makes you a little bit more accountable to actually getting up and working it. Because it's really easy. There's a lot of people, I think, and this is a bit of a truth bomb, and whether you choose to take this personally is up to you. There's a lot of people in here that make excuses for, oh, I'm working full time, or so I can't do this, or I haven't got time to do that. I haven't got all the time in the world to sit and do this. I've got 9 children, so therefore I struggle to do X, Y, and Z. If you're making excuses and your why is not deep enough for you to basically get out of bed and either Scentsy for an hour because you've only got a power hour, or whether it's to go and sell 20 mystery bags, if that's what you've set yourself a target to do, your why has got to be deep enough for you to want to be able to do all these things, or your business becomes irrelevant. It becomes a burden to you, and it becomes a little bit like something that you're not really doing it for the right reason. So make sure you know what your reason why is, and be honest with yourself. Don't be one of these people that just goes, oh, I'm just doing it because, I just love the product. If you're doing it because you need a distraction, be honest with yourself. Write that down. If you're doing it because you want an extra 300 quid in your pay packet every month, be honest with yourself. Write it down. If you're doing it because you want to earn 16 grand in a month, then be honest with yourself and write it down, because anything's possible. But you've just got to be honest with yourself and then decide that you're going all in. And once you've decided you're going all in, make that decision, and you're going to say to yourself, no excuses, no negativity, no, I can't do this because I haven't had the best start, I didn't have the best relationship with my sponsor. Whatever your reasons are, you need to put them to one side and make a decision you're going all in. So whether you're new, or whether you've been within this business for a little while and you need to relaunch your business, this is the point where you're going to say, I'm all in, I'm going for this. I'm going to work my business like an essential consultant every single day, and I literally am going to work my 70 days like we've talked about so far. My next point is, this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. Every day is supposed to be fun. So if any point that this becomes a burden to you, don't do it. Don't be one of those people that becomes really negative because every day is a burden. You don't want to sell Scentsy anymore, or you do want to sell it because you need the money, but actually you're not enjoying it. If that's the case, you need to go back to basics. You need to start again, and you need to find your why and find the part that you enjoy about this business, and then stick to it. Make it work for you. Okay, so other little things. So I've said make yourself familiar with your workstation. If you've not done it, you need to go onto your personal website, and I want you to go and write your story. Go and share with the world why you decided to join Scentsy. You literally can go in for your workstation and you can edit it. So I went in, I think I've re-edited mine. So when someone scrolls down to on your workstation, there should be a picture of you. They need to see your face, whether it's a picture of you and your family, you and your dogs, you at the gym, whatever you want people to associate with you, there needs to be a picture of you on your workstation. So if that's not on there, go and do that. Go and make it personalised. Go and personalise your 3 favourite products. Go and personalise all those things, so that when people go onto your website, they're going to see images of you. They're going to find an update about you. They're going to get some information about you, because I've had people find me on my website just by searching, and they've found me as their most recent local consultant. And once they find you, they want to be able to actually, like, what's the word, resonate with you. They want to be able to, you know, link to you. So that's really, really important. Okay, so once you've updated your PWS and you've got all of that done, the next thing is to start making bookings, okay? So the things that I run my business really simply by is booking parties. Now, I'm going to cover what parties entails in a minute, because some of you are thinking, oh my God, parties, I'm going to switch off and I'm going to go. So booking parties, and then making sales, and then also host coaching. So I'm going to talk to you about all of those things. So what I want you to think about is, with restarting your business, or you are starting your business, you have two types of market. You've got a warm market, which are people that are your immediate friends and family. And then you've got your cold market. So your cold market are people that maybe your friends and family have their friends that you don't know. Or maybe that person in your local doctor's surgery that you don't know. Maybe that person, you know, in the gym that you would love to go and talk to that you don't know yet. They are your cold market. They're like, if you was to go and basically just message them, that's like called cold calling. And it can work positively or negatively. I'm going to talk about both of those in a minute. Your warm market are your friends and family. That's going to be your starting point. So if you haven't already, you need to go and write your list of 100. Okay, so I have a list of 100. Mine looks like this. Mine's printed from the Workstation because I've been around for a little while. So every time I put an order in, I put in people's names, I put in email addresses, contact numbers, because then it allows me to have this list of 100. So you're going to make a list, okay? Your list of 100. Everybody needs to do this. There's lots of you that have never done this before. Like, be honest with me. Those of you that are watching, who's made a list of 100? I bet there are some of you that still haven't. When you've got your list of 100, you're going to split your list into 3 different columns. You're going to have a list of people that you know have never bought Scentsy before. You're going to have a list of people that would potentially have a party for you, because they may be social people, they've got groups of friends, they know people. And then you're going to have a list of people that you would love to join your team. So you're literally splitting your list in 3. People that have not had Scentsy before, people that potentially could have a party for you, and then people that could potentially join. Now, by party, I mean lots of things. I mean borrow bag, I mean pouch parties, I mean getting your samples out to a person, one-to-one parties, that getting your samples under people's noses, that's classed as a party. Home parties, online parties, there is lots of ways that you can party. Borrow baskets. The list is endless, okay? You just need to be a little bit creative about how you get there. So if you decide, my business is massively built on home parties. When I very first started this business, I would probably have, for the last 2 years, I've probably had 3 to 4 parties a month. I would always put out Friday nights. We're available to have parties. Lots of you that have joined me, you've had parties for me. You've been my hosts, okay? And now you've become my teamies. So home parties were a massive thing for me. I keep my home parties really simple. I don't do games. I don't do like all singing, all dancing. I literally keep it really simple. I go to people's houses. I set my warmers up. I get the smells out. I tell them about the product. Tell them why I love the product. Tell them why I joined the business. And then I literally let the samples do the smelling, and then I work the room. I go around, I talk to people, I get to know them. I ask them about their children. I ask them about their dogs. I ask them about their life. I listen to conversations. I join in conversations. I become social. I become a social butterfly, and I really enjoy that. I enjoy working the room. I know that, Sophie, you said up there, I struggle with confidence due to your hearing disability, and you struggle with making conversations. So parties are really out of your comfort zone. So if parties are out of your comfort zone, then you need to look at different ways that you can party. So for me, home parties, I've missed doing home parties so much. Although I'm not going to lie, most of my people that I would have a home party have signed up as teamies. So I need to start working on new people to have parties. You know, talk about garden parties. So how do you get people to have parties? Really simple. You're going to start with your warm market. You're going to message them. You're going to message them and say, hey, have you thought about having a party? I might not even use the word party because it tends to put people off. So it might be, have you thought about having a gathering with my Scentsy warmers? You don't even need to have me there at the moment because of how COVID is. you can literally have all of my gear and you can host it yourselves. And quite often they're going to say yes to that because they don't need to have you in their house. They can have their friends round if they're having friends round, but you need to ask. So you should be setting yourself a challenge to ask a few people every single week. You might set yourself a target to ask at least 5 people. The more people you ask, the more people that can say yes, the more people that can say no. And this is where we strip it back to basics. We go for the no. I still go for the no with party bookings, borrow bag bookings. Every type of party you go for, I go for the no. So I will write a list. I will go through my list of 100 and I will be like, right, okay, let's start with Deborah. I'm going to message her. Do you need my bag of whiffs, hun? So I'm going to give myself an hour. Hey, hun, do you fancy hosting a little online party for me? She says yes. Amazing. So I put her on my yes list. I say, look, I'm going to contact you first thing tomorrow. Let's get a date in the diary when you want to do it, and then we go from there. Katie's my next one. So I'll message Katie. Katie's never hosted a party for me before. She was an ex-consultant. So I might message her and say, hey, Katie, do you fancy having a borrow bag for me and earning yourself some free goodies? You know how it works. Maybe contacting all your old customers. This is the sort of conversation. I'm going to voice note Katie. Katie's hopefully going to come back to me and say, oh, yeah, I'd love to. You know how it works. So, boom, off Katie's going to go. Rebecca. Now, I can take Rebecca off my list because she's already told me she's buying from a local consultant near her. Carly. Now, Carly, I've already asked to have a party for me 6 times over. I know that's not going to happen. So, because she said all of her friends already buy off lots of consultants. So, I'm going to message Carly and say to her, hey, hon, do you fancy smelling my whiff bag? I think you would love some of the new scents that are in. I'm keeping it really, really simple. She's unlikely to say yes, to say no. And you say to them, like, I might say to them, everyone that takes my smelly bag gets a couple of free like cubes of new samples to smell. I'm going to set myself 5 people a day to message and ask literally that simply. Now, I'm not going to send that out as a blanket message to everybody. Would you all like to have a party for me? Because you've got some friends that will be like instantly, yes, I would love a party. I'd love to get everyone round. You've got some friends that are going to be a flat no straight away that you already know that. Okay? So if that's the case and you already know that, then you need to be offering them alternatives. So borrow bags, pouch parties, one-to-one parties, explaining if they have phone on charge, and then it decided to go off. So working your way down your list of 100 and actually asking people, set yourself a target, 5 people a day, message them, but actually personalize the message based on your list of 3. So you're 100 and then you're going to split them into 3. So you're going to be like, okay, potential buyers, potential hosts, potential joiners. Make sure you know who's on each list, okay? Get that out. That's really, really important. Don't complicate it. Keep it really simple when you're messaging people. When my business goes flat, when I feel like I've got nothing coming in, this is where I go. I go, right, list of 100, put it down, and I'm going to start messaging, asking people if they would like my borrow bag. I also have this form, and this is one of my systems. It's very straightforward. It's nothing complicated or fancy, and this is just a borrow bag booking form. And all I do is all the people, it says name, address, date borrowed, and when to pick it up. I give all of my borrow bags, all of my borrow bag hosts, they get 2 days, 48 hours. That's all they get, because ideally I want 4 people to have that within the space of a week, 3 people if need be. All of my borrow bags are all out. Keep your borrow bags really simple. If there's someone that's never had Scentsy before, get a big warmer in there, get a mini warmer in there, a few cubes of wax, get your samples in there. Don't worry about all the fancy paperwork. Keep it really simple and do everything over message with them. Explain to them how it all works. Put a handwritten note in there, but keep it simple. Don't worry about the... I hear so many people say, oh, I'm going to get my borrow basket out, but I'm just waiting for cotton cleanups to come in. I'm just waiting for this paperwork. I need to print this. I need to print that. Scrap it. Keep it really simple. The more simple, the more likely people are going to go with it. You know, catalogue, order form, a handwritten note telling them how the borrow bag works and what not to melt, what they can use, what they can't use. Keep it simple, okay? But if your business has gone a little bit flat, then that's where you need to start. If you're new to this business, that's as soon as you get your kit, this is where you need to start. Get them samples out, get them under people's noses, literally message. Holly, that's you. Don't be waiting, hun. You've got your bag of smells, right? Keep it really simple. I don't even think I've got one here. So I've got an old one. Hold on. No, I haven't. So, bag of smells. Oh, I thought I had one down here. I really haven't. Just literally get your bag of smells, post a picture on your page with your bag of smells and say to people who wants to borrow them. Give them a catalogue. Keep it simple. Okay, really keep it simple. If they've obviously never had a Scentsy warmer before, ideally it'd be good to lend them one. You get one in your kit. I know we love to have that in our house, and it's really hard to part with it, but get it boxed up. Give them a few cubes of wax and get that in their house, because as soon as you do, they will put a review on your page and hopefully in turn they will make an order with you. So keep it simple. Really, really simple. Don't complicate it. But give yourself an hour a week to book in your borrow bags, book in parties, book in online parties. Now, I will share some videos about online parties tomorrow. I've found some really great videos recently about how to keep them really short and sweet, like 30 minutes. They don't need to be scary. They don't need to be big. I've also got a mock online party, so you can see how I've done them before. I used to do them just by posting images for a full 30 minutes to people. I didn't go live. I didn't do no videos. They were actually pretty boring, but they worked. I still got sales. So this is things for you to think about, okay? Right, familiarise yourself with the host rewards. Now, again, this is where we're going to come back to this amazing booklet, which is your Bible. And in your booklet, it says in here about your host rewards. So whenever you're talking to somebody that possibly is going to borrow your bag, let's say, for example, Sharon borrows my bag and she brings me back a £125 order, all for herself. And so straight away, I will be going back to Sharon and saying, hey, Sharon, I don't know whether you're aware, but you can get yourself 10% free credit if you can collect in another £130 worth of orders. I'm going to upsell to Sharon because I want her to get in an active order, because an active order is going to mean two things. She's going to get 10% free credit. She's also going to get a half price item. You're also going to get a half price item because you get the perpetual reward. If you're not taking that, you need to take it, okay? Really important that you know where it is. Again, I will post a little image of it if you're not sure. She will get all of those things. So she might need to go out to her friends. It might well be that you could say to her, look, you've got my borrow bag. Go and give that to a friend. Let them smell it. She can pass it on to a friend. She can pass it on to a friend. I can pick it up from the end person. If all of their orders come to more than £245, you're going to get £24 in free credit. And then Sharon will go, oh, okay, I'll give that a go. So off Sharon's going to go and hopefully going to try and collect some orders for you. If she comes back with £245 worth of orders, she is either going to have all those amazing goodies, or you've got the opportunity to say to Sharon, Sharon, you could actually join Scentsy because look, you've just collected all of those orders, easy peasy. You did the hard work, not me. I didn't sell it. So rather than me get all the payment for that, you can get cash back, you can get commission back, so you can get 20% on that back in your order, and you can become a consultant. You also get your freebies, and I can also flip you that party so that you're going to get paid on that order. You then get a teamie, which means you're going to get somebody that's possibly going to put in orders every single month, not just once every 6 months when they need a stock up on wax. A teamie is more important than a sale, and you need to remember that. But keep it simple. Just by explaining the host rewards, somebody might go away and collect some orders, get their kit for free maybe. If they collect over £500 worth of orders, they can join up for free. Simple. Everybody wants to do that. Everyone's a winner. So every person that borrows your bag, you need to be talking about this with them. It's no good if you give them your bag, they come back with an order, happy days. If you haven't gone through the host rewards, how are they going to know? They're not going to know about this. So you need to be telling them about where they can get their free credit, where they can get their half price items, what they can get. Make sure that you're telling everybody that, okay? They all need to know that. Every person that borrows your bag or that hosts an online party or that has your whiff bag, your bag of smells, or if you decide to have a full-on home party, they obviously need to know what they're aiming for. And that's called host coaching. It's really, really important that you're doing that with them. So, really, really simple. Let your host do the work for you. Okay, other ways to get your business kick-started and stripping it back to basics is start talking to people. Have conversations, text people, build relationships. These are 3 things that I think I do relatively well because, like Laura said to me the other week, you do really well at turning your customers into team members. And I actually do. And I do that because I've got a girl that's literally signing up right now while I'm doing this live. And she's not been a customer with me for very long. But what I have done is I've stood and had conversations with her on her doorstep. I have talked to her about the benefits of joining Scentsy. I have, given her samples. I have asked her about her work and what she does for a living. So these are conversations I've had with people, and I'm building a relationship with them. I'm not just literally throwing their Scentsy at them, running a mile, and then asking them to join my business. This business is a relationship building business. This is where lots of other network marketing companies go wrong. For example, like I've had 3 different network marketing companies, all weight loss companies, all inbox me, not sort of find out anything about me, not ask me any questions. They literally go straight in for the kill and they tell me that I'd be an amazing teammate. And I think to myself, and I go back to every single one of them and I tell them, you've had really bad training. You need to go away and you need to learn to build relationships with people. And as soon as you're building relationships with your customers, they build trust. And that's where we start. We start with that warm market of our family, and then we can venture out to our cold market. And when we find a cold market customer, it's about treating them like gold so that they keep coming back to you and they keep buying from you every single time. Okay? Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to come on to is then asking people to join your business. You need to be asking people to join your business. And these are things that I do. I try and sell my wax. I keep my customer group really simple. I don't make a big song or dance about things. I follow up with people within my customers, and I literally show them the host rewards. I get my party bookings in the diary, and I also ask people to join my team. If you do all of those things, that keeps your business really, really simple. Okay? Really, really simple. You don't need to be complicating it with making all of the flyers and making loads of stuff to make everything look pretty. Keep it simple. The basics of this business is build relationships. Okay? Get to know your customers. When you get to know your customers, they eventually will become a teamie because they trust you. And that turning your customer into a team member becomes a really simple process, because then you're telling them you're going to be an amazing teammate. They trust that. They trust that on you. And you're saying to them, I'm going to support you through this process. They trust you and they get to know you, and they get to know you, and therefore they want to join your team, not somebody else's. But you need to be putting it out to people. You really do. You need to be putting it out to people. Okay. What else do I need to come on to? Following up. Okay, this is my last thing. Okay, these are what I would call they're all income producing activities. So when I'm struggling, when my business goes quiet, I go back to my list of 100. I get my list of 100 out and I start to message people, and I start to ask them how they're getting on with their Scentsy or how they are in general. Okay, so I might go back to Deborah and I look at what Deborah ordered last. I just dropped off to her the raspberry dragon fruit bar. So my next thing this week is to message her and say, hey Deb, how did you find that raspberry dragon fruit bar? And she'll go, oh my God, I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. I'm so glad you dropped that off. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased you loved it. Absolutely amazing. So these are the type of conversations you need to be having with your customers. I have bought lots of things before from independent consultants from other companies, and they have never followed up with me. They have never sent me a message to ask me how I like the product, what I think of the product. And I think to myself, I'm never going to go back to that person. I bought Tropic from somebody, and I bought through her website. I spent nearly £50. That's quite a lot of money, I think. I never got a thank you message. I never got a follow-up message asking me what I thought of the face product. I really like the product, but I never got a thank you. I never got a follow-up asking me what I thought of it. And for that reason, I've never gone back and bought anything else from Tropic. I don't know about any other products they do, because somebody never followed up with me. If you let your customers buy wax from you and then you go, oh, I can't follow up with people, that's really icky. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be bothering them. They'll come to me. No. Whether they're friends, whether they're family, cold market, warm market, it doesn't matter. You need to be setting yourself a little system. And again, this needs to be in your power hours. And I'm going to talk about power hours in a minute. The last little bit I'm going to come on to. These need to be in your power hours, that you are setting yourself to follow up with a certain amount of people every day, Doesn't have to be many. It might be 5 customers every single day. You go back in your order book, get your order forms out, get your order books out, and you literally look at what they ordered, and you make sure they've had their order, first of all. You look at what they have ordered, you get their order up, and you say, right, hi Karen, how are you? What did you think of your Johnny Appleseed counter clean? Did you like it? Did you like the smell? What was your thoughts on that compared to lemon squeeze, for example? Keep it really simple. And if they, other things that you should be following up with is if you're giving out samples. So for example, you go out your way to make a washer with sample and you put that in their order, you need to follow up and ask them, what did you think of the washer with sample? One, you need to make sure that they're going to use it in the right way, because I've had people message me and go, oh yeah, I put that sample in my warmer. And I'm like, no, that sample should have gone in your washing machine. So you need to make sure that you're sending them. I've had that before as well, where consultants have given me samples of products, and then I've had to message them and say, is that for my hands? Is it for my face? Is it for my body? Like, where's it for? Really bad customer service. So good customer service. I gave out these in my orders this week. So everybody will be getting a message tomorrow when I do my follow-ups saying, by the way, that is counter clean. It's not Scentsy Fresh. Make sure you don't spray that all around your lounge. What am I doing? It's a really simple conversation starter. Just by saying to somebody, oh, that's counter clean, by the way. Hopefully they're going to go and then spray their counters. They're going to use it. They're going to come back to me and they're going to give me a little bit of feedback on it. And then if they really like it, I'm going to say to them, can you take a picture of that and pop it in my group, please? My order book, that is from Amazon. It's the Wax Lady follow-up book. So that's the sort of thing you need to be following up with. Make sure you're touching base with your customers. Don't think of it as being icky. Don't think of it as being like, you know, nasty. Now, there are going to be some customers that ghost you. There are going to be some customers that don't get back to you, but that's okay. It's okay to be ghosted. They will eventually come back to you, but you need to continually remind them that you're there and continually remind them that, you know, this is what you do. This is what you do for a living. So, right, I'm going to leave that there. These are all of the things that if you implement these things into your business, that this is going to make your business successful, because just by simply following the 70 days, by simply following up with your customers, spending time, spending an hour to book parties. Now, parties, remember, come under that umbrella, even one-to-one, getting your whiff bags out there, all of those different things. So if you do all of those things, follow up with your customers, look at simple host booking systems, your business will re-kickstart again. Now, if you have got to that point and your business is really struggling, go and book yourself a launch party, relaunch your business, whether it's online, in your house, wherever. Relaunch your business. Relaunch your business by going back to your customers, by going back to your customer base, strip it back to basics, follow up with them, check in with people, you know, and if you need to, you have your own online party, because if someone won't have a party for you, have your own. And if you're really, really struggling and you're getting to that point where you're like, okay, now where do I go? I've asked my warm market, I've asked my cold market, I've gone through all my list of 100, people are still not interested, then this is where then you've got to get into sample pack making and then start to see if you can, you know, take them out with you wherever you go, and you need to start speaking to people and you need to start opening your mouth and having conversations with people. But these are the basics. You get these things right, you follow your Bible, and this is all in here about how to have a launch party, for example. It's in here, okay? If you've never read this book, go and read it. How to prospect your customers, it's in there. The information's there. How to book parties, it's in there. These are all the basics. Get to know your workstation. Get to know where your PRV is going to be. Get to know how to save yourself shipping. If you haven't done that, go and read the units that are available to you and make sure that you're not spending £12 on shipping every single time that you're putting an order in. Because you work that out. If you're doing 4 orders a month at £12 a go, you know, that's like £48 on shipping a month. Some of you might only make that in commission. Now, if you want to make the really big money, get your why down on paper. Make sure you know why you're doing this business, and then start to work on just these things. Strip it back to basics. Forget all the fluff. Forget all the mystery bags. Forget all the, you know, let's, you know, make things look really pretty. Strip it back to basics and just work on those things. And if you only have 15 minutes to work on your business every day, then make sure that those 15 minutes are filled with messaging 5 customers and following up with how they're getting on, asking 5 people to join your team, and asking 5 people if they want to have your whiff bag. because 15 minutes, it could take you to send all 15 of those messages, and I promise you those 15 minutes will be well spent. Anyway, I really hope this helped. If you've got any questions about going back to basics, please ask, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.